Biz, the Business Spotlight.
I'm Bella Shaw for Biz. Red carpet hair every day? Not a problem with the right tools. So says Robert Reed, the president and CEO of ERGO. And it's so good to see you, Robert.
Great to be invited to be here today with you, Bella.
Is that true? Everybody could have red carpet hair every single day?
Everyone has the opportunity, once they understand how to create their hair or recreate their hairstyle, to enjoy it every day, just as though they left the salon.
So what's the key? There's a science behind it, perhaps?
It is important to understand your hair type and to relate with your hairdresser. Ask your hairdresser a bit about how to care for your hair, proper shampoos and conditioners and styling aids. But just as much, it's important to understand how to really care for your hair, which would relate to something as simple as using a brush properly.
Like a dentist would show you how to use a brush properly.
Well, sure. Brushes are moving through your hair when it's damp and your hair is fragile because it's hyperelastic, very stretchy when it's wet. And you want to be very careful with that. So a hairdresser normally will guide their guests into understanding when and how to use a brush so they don't damage your hair.
A lot of people probably don't even know when their hair is dry.
Blow dryers that get hot enough to bake a loaf of bread, or you can take a flat iron and make a piece of fettuccine with it. These tools are damaging to the hair when used at too high of a heat or repetitively without understanding what temperature is proper for you and how to protect your hair.
Well, I see you brought a few samples here of your ERGO products. Some have referred to your tools as being the Apple of tools. What a high compliment.
It's really related to how we develop tools. Developing a hairstyling tool, of course, should begin with a hairstylist and their input. And most styling tools today are conceived by marketing MBAs and passed off to engineers who then try to build them as inexpensively as possible. So it's no wonder they're often disappointing to professionals, and consumers just don't understand why they're not working.
So what you're saying, Robert, there's a science behind the tools.
It's interesting, in regard to our bristles, they contain a crystal known for thousands of years called tourmaline. Now, tourmaline has been worn as an amulet to generate a sense of well-being. We grind the crystal here into powder, make it part of our bristle, and when the bristle is heated, it has a conditioning effect upon the hair. With the negative ion electricity it creates, causes all the damaged areas of the hair to shrink, get tighter, shinier, become resistant to humidity fluctuations, which is really important if someone lives in a humid area.
Very important.
So a lot of our tools, such as something as simple as a brush, it may look different than most brushes because since blow drying is, for professionals, the most challenging and repetitive and demanding physical aspect of hairdressing, and even for the consumer in reaching the back of their head, which can often require a contortion, this brush from ERGO has a longer barrel and a longer handle. So for professionals, this means they can take wider sections, take fewer sections, and finish faster. But for the consumer, it means we have a whole lot less contorting going on. Conceived by hairdressers, tested by hairdressers, and now used by leading hairdressers around the world. We're very proud of something seemingly so simple, but used every day by everybody.
You mentioned the bristles. What about the handle?
The name of our company, ERGO, reflects that we're focused on understanding the body, and ergonomics really is the body in relationship to its work environment. So we developed this silicone handle. The silicone gives them total control even when their hands are wet. So it's very easy to rotate the brush within the hands. And once again, the longer handle makes a big difference.
You have excellent customer service.
After nearly 4 decades in our industry and having served hairdressers for 40 years on 5 continents, more than 35,000 salon visits, I have a pretty big phone book. So if someone was in a jam and on their way to a special event in Barcelona, I believe I could connect them with a great hairdresser to do their hair within hours.
Robert Reed, thank you so much for joining us on
Thank you.
Biz.
Such a pleasure to share about our profession with you, Bella.
Yeah.